Hi mamas, April here. So today's episode is on 5 steps you can take to become more plant-based. The first step is you want to get educated. You want to watch channels like mine. You want to watch all the other YouTubers out there that are vegan, that are doing their thing and promoting the vegan lifestyle. And not all of them are vegan, actually. There's quite a few YouTubers that are just trying to become more plant-based themselves, and they're promoting that on their vlogs, such as Jenna Marbles. Along with quite a few other ones that have tried it or are trying to do it more. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information out there on becoming plant-based. And also documentaries. You want to start with maybe like Forks Over Knives, which is one I mentioned in my previous vlog. Get Vegucated. And I wouldn't start with Earthlings because that's kind of like really intense. It's all about what goes on in the slaughterhouses, and not just that, but everything else. I haven't seen the whole thing myself, but I really, being vegan 5 years, I couldn't even handle watching it. So I wouldn't necessarily start off with that one, but I would definitely try it someday because it's really poignant and really intense. And I think they're coming out with another movie called Unity, which is also made by the same people who made Earthlings. So that's one to check out. Another thing you want to do is get some really great books. I started, like I said in my previous vlog, with like Skinny Bitch, The Kind Life, but there are so many more books out there these days. There's so many more vegans promoting the lifestyle. So you just want to go to like Whole Foods. You'll see all kinds of different vegan books for sale, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon. There's all kinds of ways to access that information nowadays. So it's out there. You just have to notice it and have to be into the lifestyle to want to be interested in it. So books, yeah, definitely. Another great person that's out there doing it that I forgot to mention in my last vlog was Chloe Cascarelli. She actually won Cupcake Wars, and she's had all kinds of media and press, and she's been out there doing her thing now for a long time. And she's got a restaurant in New York, I think in Brooklyn, that just opened. So she's really great, and she does all of like the traditional animal product dishes. She converts into vegan dishes, and it tastes really awesome. I've tried some of her recipes myself, and she's got a lot of good ideas. She's got a lot of creative ways to work with food. So she's another one that you want to definitely look into, and look at her cookbooks and find her on Pinterest and whatnot. So yeah, that's number one. That's all number one. Number two, definitely want to get educated, because that's so important in this lifestyle, is to know what you're doing before you start, because you don't want to get discouraged and then think this isn't for you and quit right away without even trying. So that's the number one thing. Number two is you want to pick one day a week to become, meatless. You want to just gradually weed out the meat in your life. Don't try to do it overnight, because you'll get, again, discouraged, and you'll want to quit and say, I can't do this lifestyle is not for me. And I know in a busy, hectic life, you just want to grab food and go, and you don't want to think about what you're going to eat and all that. But conscious eating is so important. You have to think about what you're going to eat for your health and your longevity in life, because that's what we really need, and that's what gets us to where we want to be in life, is longevity and energy and health. If you don't have good health, you really don't have that much. Even if you have tons of money, you are not going to go far, because you don't have good health. So you want to have health so you can enjoy the money. So yeah, you want to pick one day a week to just go totally meatless. And it doesn't have to be a meatless Monday, quote unquote, like a lot of people use that term. It can be any day of the week. And then just gradually build up from there, and just keep building and building and building. And before you know it, you will be more into the plant-based lifestyle. So that's number two. Number three is you want to revamp your fridge. Assess what you have in your fridge now. If most of the stuff you have in your fridge is processed food, and in your pantry is processed food, you want to kind of weed that out gradually. Not everything that I eat is like perfect. Oreos are actually vegan, and I eat those sometimes. So I'm not perfect, but you want to just gradually like weed out most of the garbage in your life, and try to incorporate more of the good stuff, like live fruits and veggies. If you can't afford to do it organic, it's just so much better, because we just don't know what GMOs are in foods these days. So you want to definitely start there by just weeding out all the old stuff. I call it a fridge revamp. You want to just, mostly everything in your fridge should be green and colorful and fresh and alive. So you want to go with that when you restock your fridge. Just you don't have to throw everything away. You know, if you still want to just wean off meat and gradually just wean off, like I said, take it day to day and just gradually wean off. And before you know it, you'll have to do a whole fridge revamp and get new food anyway. So then when you do, just don't shop the same. Buy the foods that you thought you would never eat, like, you know, more fruits and vegetables and just things that in the fruits and vegetable families that you thought you may never eat. So yeah, that's number 3. And you want to do that, you know, pretty soon because you want to get into this lifestyle soon. So that's number 3. Number 4 is start getting creative in the kitchen. Once you've weeded out all the stuff, start getting creative in the kitchen. Go to Pinterest. There's so many great recipes on there. That's a lot of the times what I do is I just go to Pinterest and I look up some of the vegan recipes that are already out there from great chefs that really know what they're doing. Some of them aren't even chefs. They're just people who really know how to cook and they've been cooking for a long time. So I go to some of their recipes and they have the greatest recipes for like vegan desserts, vegan appetizers, vegan everything. So, you know, vegan parties. So that's a great way to go, is just check out Pinterest. You don't even have to buy a cookbook if you can't do that right now. So that's another great way to find recipes for this lifestyle and to get into it. And it's fun, and you'll find so many of your favorite foods veganized. It's not even funny. It's like there's no really reason to eat animal products, from what I can see, because there's just so many great substitutes nowadays that it's almost like, why, you know? So that is number 3. And then number 4 is, well, that was number 4 rather, sorry. Number 5 is go to vegan restaurants. Go to vegan restaurants, try them out, see what they're like. You know, when I first started this lifestyle, I realized that my dining choices had gone way down, and so that's a hard part of being vegan. A lot of places aren't vegan friendly yet, and you really have to stress that you're vegan, and you have to be very specific about what vegan is, and like this is real life here. You have to be very clear on what you want, and don't be shy about what you want. I mean, it's okay to have clear expectations. You're a customer, and it's okay to have an exact you know, thing that you want, and don't be shy about that. Just be very clear with the waiter or waitress about what you want to order and tell them that you're vegan, and don't be shy about saying you're vegan. It's becoming more of a thing anyway. So I mean, it's becoming more of a trend anyway. So go ahead and just say you're vegan and that you're interested in having your food veganized if you're in a non-vegan restaurant. They don't really understand it. And then if some of them just can't serve you and it won't work, but there are some places that will try because they want to keep the business. But when I found out when I became vegan is that there are so few vegan restaurants, so you really have to find your favorite ones and then just kind of get, you know, into just going to them more often, and that's part of it. It does decrease kind of the places you can go, but I think more, like I said, more and more places are going vegan friendly. There are places that can veganize your food, and so you just want to be clear again, back to number 1, on what vegan is yourself, so that you can clarify that I don't want casein, I don't want whey, I don't, like, you have to be really careful when you go to coffee shops and cafes and you say order a smoothie or something, that they don't put whey in your smoothie or anything like that, because that is a derivative of dairy and you don't want that in there. And again, you have to lose this whole idea of protein, like protein powders in your shakes and whatnot. You have to lose that, because we really don't need protein that way, in that source. You can find protein in natural ways, through leafy greens and all kinds of grains and nuts and seeds, and we don't need as much protein as we think we do. That's a myth, but that's another vlog, so I'll talk about that more later. But yeah, so get out there, get seeing what's vegan in your community. Vegan places are popping up all over the place, and it's a great way to get started in this lifestyle and have fun doing it. So that's all for now. That's my vlog for today. I gotta go. I gotta get my kids off and running this morning. So yeah, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next couple episodes. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next, but the inspiration will come to me, because that's how I roll. So peace out. Lots of love. Have a great one. We'll see you next time here on Fit Veggie Mama.